Are we? Is that our new thing? We're just gonna sing along every single time.
It's such a catchy tune, you know. It brings back memories from the first time I ever watched Police Academy. Because that was like, it was just one of the most awesome films ever, you know. Because back when
I enjoyed all the Police Academy.
Oh come on, yeah, you know, I kind of lost interest after Citizens on Patrol. I kind of lost interest. Assignment Miami Beach was just ridiculous. When the shark comes in the swimming area and you can see the shark coming up, and then all of a sudden there's a 44 Magnum pointing at its snout, and Tackleberry says, "Leave this swimming area now, mister." And the shark turns away and it's going slow, and Tackleberry's, "Move it now, mister." That to me, that was the point where Police Academy jumped the shark. It jumped the shark.
Come on.
Police Academy jumped the shark at episode 5, you know, and then episode 6, City Under Siege, and then what was it? Number 7 was Assignment Moscow or something. No,
Assignment Moscow was a great Police Academy.
Look, 1 was good, 2 was great, 3 Back to the Academy was awesome, and Citizens on Patrol. You know, it was just, yeah, it was the last time. You know, when Steve Guttenberg stopped doing it, that was when it kind of, yeah, I kind of lost interest in it after that. Oh crap! I'm not even watching the. Need to log on.
You're fine. But yeah, I mean, seriously, my friend, I loved all of the Police Academy movies, and the Blue Oyster in Moscow. Come on.
The Blue Oyster in Moscow.
That was the best.
Nothing will feel like the Blue Oyster from the original Police Academy.
Nothing will feel like it, but nothing ever feels like the first time that you laugh at a joke.
It's one of the best comedies ever, you know.
That and you know, we definitely have to do something for Geeking Out where we talk about best film series.
Best yeah, no, we should totally do best movie franchises. And if we're going to do best movie franchises, we should also talk about movies that killed the franchises before they even began.
Okay.
Like Daredevil. Because it killed the franchise before it even got off the ground. And that annoyed me because the Daredevil TV show was like a million miles better than the movie. Hello there, everybody. Transformers. No. Yeah. Transformers would not make it into my top.
Okay, who do I have to ban from the server for that? I'm working on channel points right now.
Geek Girl says Transformers.
Okay, I won't ban her. She's cool.
Oh, was that favoritism? Is that favoritism?
Is that favoritism? No. That's appreciating the work that another content creator does.
Yeah, but her opinion on Transformers is like, yeah.
I turned on the 4th segment.
Michael Bay just likes to blow stuff up. He does good disaster porn.
All right, 1 minute to go time.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Timothy Zahn, author of Thrawn, and you're listening to the Escape Pod Podcast. This episode was recorded in front of a live studio audience.
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. With both having played this game since launch, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The Escape Pod Cast, a service of the Escape Pod Castaways. A weekly podcast about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod Cast.
We got a puzzle from CG!
And everybody is working hard at solving it right now. In fact, within the next 45 minutes from the time we record this to when it airs, maybe they've already solved it.
Oh my god, dude, there's a picture of Jedi Luke. There's a picture of Jedi Luke in the pic. Look, there's a picture of Jedi Luke.
Okay, Neil, calm down. There's more to show than just the puzzle. There's more stuff.
Well, normally, yes, but today, no.
But what about our interviews?
Oh, yeah, we've got some interviews. Dude, one of the clues is the Rebel emblem.
Okay, reel it in.
Oh, come on, man. This is the most exciting thing to hit the game since the Big Four brought the community together because Bulldog got banned for account sharing.
They didn't. Is Arnold's account sharing ban they're trying to bring the community together on? What's this?
Oh, right. I guess they're just as selective with who they will get outraged for as CG are for enforcing TOSs.
Okay, what else do we have today, then?
We have an interview with none other than Sepp from SWGOH.GG.
Now that's an interview.
All this and breaking news as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Escape Pod Cast. I'm your host, Neil Andrew Eyre, and as always, I'm joined by my hetero life partner, Paul Anthony. Paul, how are you doing? Are you excited today as I am?
I'm extremely excited. I mean, we even have Crumb right here on the show right now.
No, he looks so tasty. I just want to put him on a spit and cook him up, have him with a little barbecue sauce.
So for those listening to the podcast version, just like I did when I got back from Galaxy's Edge, I've got my Kowakian monkey lizard. Thank you, Sephironis, for the 200 bits. I've got my Kowakian monkey lizard sitting on my shoulder right now, that I got at Galaxy's Edge. So hello, Sephironis did come through with a Schnarman with 1,145 bits.
Whoa!
Guys, we're at a hype train starts.
Oh, Schnarman, thank you very much.
So hype train will happen if another donation happens. But you guys, thank you. That's all I could say. The crappy part is that the hype train will overshadow while we're talking about us doing our monologues, if you will, over the whole situation that we have to cover because we're a news type of podcast.
Yeah, I know.
And there goes the hype train.
There goes the hype train.
Thank you, Biscuit, for the 500. Thank you, Gaming Embers, Flair, for the 100. You guys do have a hype train going. Congratulations. Ouchie with 100.
Gaming Embers with 100.
So, all right. This is perfect. This is perfect, Neil. If people get us all the way to level 5, we'll stop talking about the whole thing right then and there.
Yeah, we will. We absolutely will, because we're too busy saying thank you for the 100 bits, ouchie. Oh, ouchie girl. Would you like a bit of Scottish? Would you like a wee bit of Scottish, ouchie? Would you like a wee bit of Scottish, ouchie? Would you like some Scotsman in you?
All right. So
I'd love to unbutton your blouse and get to know you better.
Okay, Neil. Neil, not right now. Don't make me put the explicit tag on this episode.
How is none of that was explicit. It was inferred. I genuinely wanted to get to know Ouchie better in a Scottish accent.
Oh my God. Stop it. All right.
I've had a couple of beers.
In Scotland, she says. Oh my God. This episode has started off so wrong.
Yeah, but I'm in such a good mood.
Neil, you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let me get the stopwatch out.
I so don't want to do this, but go ahead.
We have to address it, and you're going to address it in the way that you want. I will not interrupt you, and then I get 2 minutes and 30 seconds as well going back. But if we hit level 5 hype train, we stop talking about it altogether right then and there. Deal?
Fine. I just really, I've got a good buzz going. I didn't want to talk about it. I thought we were going to get away with not having to talk about it since what happened.
I've got the watch going. 2 minutes and 30 seconds for you, Neil. Start right now.
Okay, so some stuff happened earlier on this week. A video was put out by a content creator, Arnold. Obviously, it's more of regarding the issues that happened, and I'm indifferent now. I really, really am. And the reason why I'm indifferent is because overly discussing it just seems to be creating division within the community. That's all. That's the way I feel about it. Communities are being divided. People are being banned from chats, and people are being called names, and it's really, really not constructive. I just don't feel that any of it is particularly constructive at the moment. I really, really don't. I mean, it'd be good if it was. I mean, we all should be, uniting behind, the common enemy. The common enemy being the poor management, the ineffectual leadership at CG. We should be united against that, and we should want to change it. I just think the way that we're going about it at the moment is ineffective. I mean, I know Arnold made 3 demands in order for him to spend again. Although, I mean, obviously the account should be unbanned. I mean, it shouldn't be a permaban. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. But you breach a terms of service, you break a rule. You do a crime, you serve some time, and then you get it back. But now he knows that that account has more bad stuff to it than maybe he initially thought. Maybe he wouldn't spend on it if he got it back. Okay. And I mean, his demands, I wouldn't like to see demands. I would like to see suggestions. And one of those suggestions I agree with: bring back the test accounts, bring back the game changers, and bring back a Discord. Whether it's for Krakens or if it's for content creators, I don't care. CG needs to create a Discord so that we can all speak to them. I mean, if anybody goes in there and starts effing and blinding and behaves like an a-hole, then you kick them from that Discord. Constructive criticism, constructive discussion only. But I would like to see the Game Changers program brought back. I would like to see the test account back, and I would like to see a Discord back there.
Helps if I unmute myself. There, that's 2 minutes, 30 seconds. That's all that Neil's going to spend on it. I did not interrupt him. He is not going to interrupt me on my take on it, and then we're calling it quits, and we move on to the breaking news that literally happened just before we ended up going live today. Now, as far as let me stop my stopwatch here. And we're at 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on that hype train right now that is going on. Thank you, Biscuit Weasel, for the bunch of subs. Thank you, Plasma, for the bits. Spartan for the bits. Plasma also for another bit. And I don't know if I caught him. Dr. Feelgood for the 76 bits. I'm wondering if that was a Fallout 76 joke or not, Neil.
No, I'm not sure if it was a Fallout 76 joke.
All right. So, my time has started. Here I go. I think that it was bad form for the second video. Posting. I mean, it's all his. His channel is his channel. For him to create a video and to put the video out and then promote another game and then hold that money, and I'm going to use this word, Neil, and there's nothing you can do about it, hold that money ransom by making demands, I think that's a low blow. You can argue with me till I'm blue in the face about whether or not it was good form to put that out or bad form to put that out. But the fact remains that him putting out a second video to flaunt other things, why didn't he just give the money to the ACLU in the first place? You know, people paid him to do something on a video about another game. It's kind of a low. I'm ashamed for Raid Shadow Legends for even doing that. Seriously, guys? Now, this whole issue has entirely split the fan base. Guys, there are other content creators out there. Yes, they're all banding against them. There's other content creators that are up and coming. Show them some love. If you don't agree with him, take your sub and your follow elsewhere, just like I'd expect you to do here as well. If I'm totally off base and I upset you that much that I'm totally off base, go ahead, pull the sub, pull the follow, do what you need to do. But there needs to be, I'm seeing battle lines being drawn, and I do not want to see them being drawn anymore. Let's talk about the game that we love, and that's what we're going to do after these next 3 seconds where I say, get a life, damn it.
Oh, is that it? Is that it done?
That's my 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm not saying another damn word about it. Neil.
Yes.
A hero.
I know. Oh, finally we can actually
hero.
talk about something we like.
What's let me go back to see the word. A hero's time has come, Neil.
No, a hero's time has come.
A hero's time has come. The puzzle was solved just before we went on the air.
Yeah.
We have Jedi Luke coming to the game.
Oh my god! So, someone that's been playing this since day one. It's finally here. It's finally here, despite the fact that on multiple occasions, not just us, but lots of people have postulated and hypothesized and theorized that the day they bring Jedi Luke to us is like the day that it's like they're going to bring it out so that they can milk us for all that we've got right at the end before they slam the door on the game. And I don't care. I just want that character. I don't care if it's legendary. I don't care if it's galactic legend. As long as he's OP, I don't care. I am getting him on my main account, and I don't care what I have to do to get it. I don't care what I have to do. You asked me if I would wail on it. No, I would never ever wail on it. But I would 100% accept gift cards for the store.
What? You're gonna break that rule?
I would totally break I would hand on that one account. I would totally hand in my free to play pass for that character.
Wait a minute.
I want that character before the game ends. Before this game crash and burns, I want that character and I want to be able to use him. I do not want to be not having used that character, not having used Jedi Knight Luke before this game ends. And I just get this feeling that it's going to take possibly forever. If it's a galactic legend Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, it's going to take forever for someone free to play to get. Like literally months, if not 12 months. And there's the potential for this game not lasting another 12 months. If what happens, all that's said and done, everything that's happened over the past 12 months, game changes being shut down, the test accounts being shut down, the communication being shut down, pathetic Q&As. I mean, come on. We know that CG has not been our friend They have not been a friend to the community or to the or to content creators in the last 12 months. We know this to be true. Facts don't care about your feelings. They've not been nice to us over the last 12 months. They are throwing this now. And it's great, and I'm happy that the character's coming to the game, but he's probably going to be one of the hardest characters to get. So for the sake of getting this character before the game I'm not saying it definitely is going to end, and I'm not saying that the game is dying or that the game is going to die. I'm just saying I don't want to hedge my bets and slow crawl my way to this character in the event the game gets abruptly shut down. That's all.
So this is not the end of the game. This is not the end of the game. In fact, I think this is the beginning of a new life for the game. I really do. And it's kind of funny that somebody said what I thought is that there's going to be a galactic legend Old Man Luke and then a galactic legend Snoke. Or a galactic legend Uber Palpatine, who is all the Sith. But yeah, Ran B and Rayrock both at the same time said SWGOH 2.
SWGOH 2, yeah. Well, the new version, the new framework that they've been, dragging their feet on for months now.
So EA's press conference that was, we probably would have gotten it announced earlier. They probably would have announced it technically at E3. But yeah. EA's press conference is on Monday, where they also release a new Squadrons, Star Wars Squadrons game.
Yeah, oh god, I really, really want to see some footage of that.
Yeah, so we're gonna
a ship battle royale. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's you laugh at us at our Fortnite battle royale games that Run and I play.
Oh god, can you? That would just if Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes went away and that was a battle royale ships, that would just completely take over. Everybody that was doing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes could easily move over to that.
Yeah, but I truly think that maybe we're going to get a sequel to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes on a new engine. And you will be able to, I strongly think you're going to be able to import your roster. That is my prediction for the announcement. And I think we're getting the road ahead next week.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, what do you mean? You actually mean that they're going to go full on SWGOH 2 and people will choose whether they want to import their roster to the new game? Yes.
I truly think that.
Oh, that's way too.
I'm an optimist.
That's a huge undertaking. Do you know what it takes to do? I mean, dude, I've done live changeovers. I used to be a project manager. I've done live changeovers. Do you know how much data gets lost during live changeovers? It's a nightmare. I mean, oh my god, it really, really is. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. It's whatever they do, it needs to be flawless. Moving everybody from one set of servers to another set of servers while keeping the game live, they're just asking for a nightmare. I can't see something like that happening. I really, really can't. Plus, how would they do it fairly? How? I mean, there are people. I mean, my main account is in a sweet, and I do mean sweet fleet shard and a sweet squad arena shard. I never drop out of the top 250, and I've just got a Jedi Knight Revan team that's gear 12. That's how dead my shard is. I can still make a decent amount. If they migrate existing servers to new servers for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes 2, they are only going to migrate across active accounts. They'll leave behind every single inactive account, and they will only move across active accounts. Right, one of those unintended consequences, it would make shards very, very competitive again, because everybody would be active in them. But I've been there firsthand. Somebody that hasn't played this game for a few years that thinks, you know what, I'll take up the game again, and they come back in and they haven't migrated their account across, and you're screwed. Exactly the same thing happened with me playing another game, Runes of Magic. You yourself have played it. I used to have an account that I played back in 2005. They moved things from one server to another. I'd spent hundreds, if not a couple of £1,000 on that Runes of Magic account. I lost it. I lost the whole thing because they migrated servers from one to the other. Oh wow! Thank you for the big subscribe. Thanks, Dr. Feelgood, for the gifting subs. That's much appreciated, mate.
Yeah, Savage Diva and DL Kobe were both recipients.
Yeah.
It'll be good to have Savage Diva back in the after show chats every once in a while.
Yeah. Savage, you should definitely come to the after show. Definitely come to the after show, my girl. Let me know how things are going in my old guild. So, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting theory. We'll just have to see what happens. This new framework, if it is, I mean, there's a lot of people speculate, like, Ray Rock speculated it. I just think that, trying to migrate from one set of servers, one set of active game servers to another set of active game servers, I just think they're asking for a lot of trouble. If look how big the team is. If you look how large the team is, CG, we know it's a small team. We know that it's a small team because they've had to hire for this other project that they've been doing. So we know that their team is small.
Neil, Double Drugan says he's only here because apparently the game is dying once he unlocks Jedi Luke. Because once he unlocks him, the game uninstalls itself.
Yeah. I just think that if they were to miss, let's throw some random arbitrary number out there. If they were to miss 2,000 accounts, let's say they missed 2,000 accounts transferring from SWGOH 1 to SWGOH 2. They don't have the manpower to manually transfer those across. So if people get missed, if they look at an account and go, oh, that's not been active for 2 weeks or for 3 weeks, and they don't transfer it across, and it's just because somebody took a break, and then they're like, hey, my account's not there. I don't want to have to start again new. That account, I've been playing on it for 2 years. I don't want to have to lose 2 years' work. That's what makes me hesitant to believe that that's how they're going to move from the current framework to the new framework that they're dragging their feet on.
So what if you had to initiate the transfer and then you made sure that it transferred over, and if not, then you put in a ticket to EA?
And again,
I mean, apparently talking to EA, putting in a ticket will certainly do something to your account.
Yeah. Well, speaking, yeah, but not necessarily something good. Not necessarily something good. I mean, oh no, okay. Oh wow. Right, you just saying that now makes me think, if they were to do that, think about all the people. Think about all of the people that have accounts that were gifted to them, that they would have to go through EA in order to transfer it from one to the other. It would be apocalypse. So no, that doesn't eat. Oh my God, the consequences of a system like that in order to switch from the old system to the new system does not bear thinking about. It really, really doesn't. People would be scared. They would be fearful of what would happen to their accounts. If you had a friend who started playing on an account and they didn't want to play anymore, and there's like, oh, can you keep doing this for me just in case I fancy coming back? Oh God, yeah, no, it doesn't. It really doesn't bear thinking about. It doesn't. I just hope that this new framework that they're putting in, they put it on the servers, and they just go from one set of servers, one set of working servers to the other, and it's flawless. Yeah. So yeah. Asking people to request whether they want to move from one framework to the other, that's
Then
just asking for trouble.
who knows? I could that this is probably where people who just listen to me and then comment terrible things inside of our YouTube comments probably won't get to this point, because they'll be like, this guy on the left hand side's an idiot, and then they don't listen to the whole thing. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's the wrong thing. Who knows? It's a shot in the dark, and it's a hope for improvement on a framework. Unless they can rehaul everything in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes without making it a new game.
Yeah. Plus, we desperately need to see this road ahead. They need to get this new road ahead. We've got to have it. We have to have this road ahead.
I'll tell you this. I predicted that we would get something fun, which we did. We got the puzzle, and then we get the road ahead. So the road ahead is only a few days, a week away, in my opinion.
I was expecting them. I really thought they might do the road ahead this week. But they did they did the puzzle, and obviously once the puzzle was solved, now we know who it is. It's Jedi Luke. Whether it's a legendary or galactic legend, I really hope it's a legendary. I mean, I hope they make him OP. I really make him OP as hell. Stupid powerful.
I'll tell you this: 316 people like the fact that Jedi Luke is coming, but 1,900 don't.
No, they don't. That thumbs up or thumbs down on a video is not a reflection of whether it used to be a reflection of whether people did or did not like a video. It's no longer that anymore. It's something else. Thumbs up and thumbs down on a video means something different these days. It doesn't necessarily mean that people are happy or sad that Luke's, Jedi Knight Luke is coming. There's 1,900 people have downvoted that video. How much do you think those 1,900 people aren't going to go for Jedi Knight Luke when he gets released?
Exactly. People on the internet, you're throwing your temper tantrum by throwing a little thumbs down.
It's people. Yeah, no, that's it. Sometimes, the best way to, sometimes the most the best thing to do is to vote with your wallet, vote with your, you express something with your voice. I mean, I wouldn't bother with a thumb up or a thumb down. I would just simply put something in the comments. CG, you really think that bringing this event and releasing this character is going to change my mind and how I feel about you? You're wrong. Enter. There's your comment. And you voice a thumb up or a thumb down. You should put if you really feel strongly. I mean, there's not that many people here that have a lot of kind words to say for CG. I'm not one. I don't have an awful lot of kind words to say for CG. And if you feel strongly that CG are trying to sidetrack you or distract you from your current course, then by all means go into the video and put something in the comments. But thumbing it up or thumbing it down, it doesn't really. There's no real solid way to know exactly what that means. So
yeah. So we're divided, but you know what? We're gonna press on, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about this game, not about the movement, except for covering it as a news story. I'm excited for Galactic Legend Luke. I don't know if it's Galactic Legend Luke. I'm excited for.
Please be a legendary.
I like the fact that we're going to get Jedi Luke. And it's, you know what? I'm excited for you, Neil. You've wanted this.
I've been praying. I have wanted this since day one. I've so wanted this. I don't care what it is I have to do. If I have to sell my soul to RNG Satan, I will sell my soul to RNG Satan.
Okay. So one thing I'm going to point out, the last time that we got a reveal like this, it was Jedi Knight Revan. We got a video at the end of a puzzle. It was Jedi Knight Revan. Jedi Knight Revan was a journey.
Yeah. It's got to be. I mean, I don't think it'll be a legendary. It needs to be a journey. definitely give us a journey. You know, I mean, it's
But a
gonna
powerful journey.
It's gonna. I mean, look, you know, it's gonna require, you know, Gear 13, Relic 7 characters. There's no doubt in my mind that whatever characters are
Flair
needed.
says, I thought it was Malik. Malik was a puzzle that we got a picture, and then there was something else inside the picture. That being said, it wasn't a video where we got this whole thing about the game. Anyway, so in celebration of the fact that you that you're getting your Jedi Luke, we recorded an interview right when the puzzle dropped with our friend Moon, SWGOH, and we're going to play that back for you guys in just a moment. And then on the other side, we thought it would never happen. We are partnering with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes .gg, SWGOH.gg.
Yeah, get used to saying it.
Huge fraud. It's tough for me to say
SWGOH.gg, SWGOH.gg, SWGOH.gg. Say it fast, lots of times, it will stick in your head, trust me.
All right, we got an interview with Moon coming up in just a moment, story time with the llama, and then a live interview with Sep coming up right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways, all for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Ware could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
Hey, I'm Andy Beads.
Hey, I'm Danish Bobo.
Hey, I'm Ando.
Hey, I'm Jake.
I'm Bringer of Death.
Jake Johnson TX.
I'm Ramby2307.
Spartan Z here.
I am Mr. Jacobachi.
Star Wars Galaxy of Yeti.
I'm Player Gaming Embers.
I'm Lazy Turtle.
I'm Mudbum.
I mean, come on. They already know me. I'm the bloody co-host.
And we are part of
the GAC Chain Gang.
We're a group of streamers who
stream our Grand Arena on Twitch
and continue the chain
into the next streamer.
We have all types of accounts for you to enjoy, from the big whales to the
small accounts.
But we're all here to provide entertainment
and have a good time.
The Grand Arena Chain Gang is proud to be part
of the Escape Pod Castaways Content Creator Network. Stop by and see them, won't you?
The Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back to this second segment of the Escape Podcast. And normally we're doing we do 2 segments of monologues, but this week, with the fact that GACenter launched this week, with the pilot episode, and we'll be doing it next week. We wanted to bring somebody who was kind of pretty much the inspiration and a little bit of the brainchild of this thing. And ladies and gentlemen, this man, you know him from his leaderboards of content creators. He's called me the worst content creator that he's ever seen at GAC, and I embrace that title. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Moon SWGOH. Hello, Moon.
Hello, buddy.
Hello, gents. My God, he's getting better at those intros, isn't he?
Yeah, he does. He does like to blow smoke up people's.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to fully admit, right now, there could be breaking puzzle news, and we're not going to be able to get to it. We are recording this at 4:42 p.m. Central Time, just as all the puzzle information is coming out. So if something happens during this, little segment, I'm sorry. We'll get to it when we get to our next interview with Sep from SWGOH.gg. Now, that being said, Moon, why do you hate me so?
I don't know about hate, but it's just more just sort of trying to coach you in the right direction. I think in the latest video, I said you couldn't even win the wooden spoon because there was someone else who had worse banners with you. So you cannot even call yourself the worst content creator out there. You're going to have to change that horrible misquote that you've got up at the moment. But no, it's all good, brother.
I do. So let's talk about these videos that you do. What on earth inspired you to start making these?
Yeah, good question. And I kind of thought about it, and I don't. It was almost like a eureka moment. Nev explained to me about a eureka moment that he had very recently, and it was kind of like that. And a few things just aligned, and I thought, well, wouldn't this be kind of cool? Because Grand Arena certainly is the most engaging part. It's the one that you think about how many people stream their Grand Arena, but how many people only get to see maybe 3 or 4 different content creators, just mainly because of the way that the YouTube algorithm works. I know a lot of people have now moved over to Twitch, but I thought, well, I'm kind of bored of seeing the same 3 or 4 people doing the Grand Arena. I was getting a bit bored. I was getting a bit burnt out. So I decided to sort of go on a quest, visit the Outer Rim, and see who else was streaming their Grand Arena. And I found I'd seen quite a few before. I'd seen End All Be All. I'd seen people like Cubs, Mobile Gamer, Arnold, and sort of the big ones. But then I started seeing, and when I sort of started looking, I then found an absolute plethora of amazing content creators that were also doing their Grand Arena. And when I sort of first tallied it up, I was sort of super surprised. You don't initially get that idea that there are these better people out there, and that there are these amazing theory crafters. And I started sort of tuning in. So now I've got a much more when I log onto YouTube, I've got a hugely diverse array of content creators that are out there. And I guess more so it was just to promote smaller content creators, and it's a little bit of friendly rivalry. Again, there's been 2 brilliant rivalries over the last couple of days. DB Official, he's a few banners behind Skell, and these were 2 OG game changers. And also you've had Black Mamba, who's just yoinked It's Just Ian out of the top 10. There's a couple of really good little rivalries, sort of, and obviously you've got Bitcoin, you've got good old Maurice, and then you've got Zareth as well, who is absolutely, all 3 of them are absolutely amazing Grand Arena players and content creators as well. So it's just more to highlight everyone, and just to give a little leaderboard, because who doesn't love a leaderboard when there's not a huge amount of content out there? But it's done very well. My channel is very small at the moment. I've been sort of doing Grand Arenas, and it's more so just what's the phrase? Like a labour's love. You just do it for, like a very strict hobby, and trying to juggle work life and family life, as you guys know. I mean, this is the actual daddy daycare edition, isn't it? I think we're all fathers, and I think right. So, But yeah, I mean, it's just more so, and I was kind of surprised. I didn't expect it to get. So at the moment, it got. It's over 1,000 views at the moment, and as I said, it really is. When I did that first video, it did really well. So I thought, well, actually, I'm going to do it every month because people seem to enjoy it as well. And it is a little bit of fun. It's not to be taken seriously, and I can give everyone a little bit of a good ribbing in good nature as well along the way.
Very true. Very, very
so
true.
do you have an epiphany toilet like me then?
It's more when I'm driving because I sort of commute. Well, I used to commute sort of about an hour and a half to work each day. So a lot of the time I'd be listening to podcasts, but podcast or like the Escape podcast or Operation Metaverse or whatever it is. And certainly it's just a case of, one day it came to me and then I broke out the pen and paper. And yes, I still do it on pen and paper. That is my preferred method. It's all recorded on the mobile phone. It's all done in one shot. So as I say, it was just a case of I started putting it together. It was 3 months ago. I can't even remember a few days ago. I'll be honest, because the little girl is giving me the runaround at the moment. So yeah, I mean, it's late nights and early mornings.
Hey mate, you're not the only person that uses Notepad yet. We're Brits. This is what we do as Brits. Everything is written on paper. Everything, every single note, we all do it on paper. For those listening, I'm leafing through pages and pages and pages.
I'm sure they hear it.
This is just one show. This is just note after note of different content creators doing their GAs. Yeah. So I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm right there with you when it comes.
And that was just one show of Grand Arena GACenter.
Of GACenter, yeah. So
a lot of work that's gone into that, gents. And actually, now talking of paper, I do have. Have you got your puncher, your free-to-play puncher, on you at the moment?
It's yes. I mean, this is what I would use. I would use the scissors I'm holding in my hand. So free-to-play card. I'm going to make a free-to-play card, and when someone says that they've given it up, I'm going to cut it right in front of the camera.
So I need to pass that over to you because if you remember the daily booster packs. Now this is for the OG players where you used to get crystals every day, and they cost about £7 in the UK for 21 days of crystals. So I bought 2 of those. So I've spent 15 great British pounds on them. So I need to hand you a card just for punching it, please, Nev.
I will cut your free-to-play card in half. Don't worry, your free-to-play card is no longer usable with me, unfortunately. Yeah, gone. Don't worry, I'll make a card and I'll cut it up for you.
I thought I'd just get it punched tonight. I didn't know you'd sort of tear it in two.
Oh God, no, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, okay. You can be born again free-to-play, but that's a completely different card.
Correct.
Free-to-play is just F2P, and if you are not free, then you lose it. Born again free-to-play, that's a different card entirely, mate.
So, okay. Guys, you might see me on this recording looking back and forth, but there is there is a content update that was just posted from Crumb that got edited back to another time. This is getting a little crazy right now. We'll be getting to all these updates in the next segment. I promise you that. Mooney, tell me this. You helped inspire this GACenter, and what's the title that we've given him, Neil?
He is an executive producer, but let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's.
I thought I was executive producer.
Oh no, assistant producer or associate producer. Hang on a minute. Look, you've just seen my notepad, okay? Just 1 minute.
I'm not the one who just rifled through it for a podcast.
Just 1 minute. Literally 1 minute. I will. Crap. I will find the page. I honest. God damn it. Okay, I've got multiple note. I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure it's assistant producer. I think we called him assistant producer.
You've done you've kind of inspired Neil with this whole leaderboard, and now we get the reasons why you've gone and done this. But how long was it from the time that you thought of it to the time that you actually did it?
So whenever I get an idea for the channel, it's usually out by the end of the night. Don't really like to sit on too much because I have sort of quite a few ideas. So, I thought one night I'm taking up a character to Gear 13, and I thought, well, wouldn't it be pretty cool to show others who might be considering it as well? Just so there's a little bit of a, because when you're taking up a character, let's say, for example, you want to take Mission Vow up to 13, and it's just like there's a lot of characters, and I'm, let's call it a born again free to play. I thought it'd be quite useful for others or newer players to see what the difference was from going from Gear 12 up to Gear 13. And the series is called Gear 13. Is it worth it? So, yeah, and it's just more so whenever I have an idea, I'll just sort of try and get it out there. And I mean, the leaderboard it's fairly easy to do. It's the ally codes, gathering all the ally codes in the first place. That was the longest part. But now I've got them all and I've got them all written down. It's a lot easier to do. So each and every time I do it, it becomes a little bit easier. But in all honesty, when Nev contacted me about the GACenter, I was really glad that him and Flair and the guys here, you could kind of do it a bit more justice, because obviously I'm very limited with what I can do on the phone, and this can go into a huge amount of details with nice graphics, leaderboards, etc., and the actual stats provided by SWGOH which is a huge help and makes all this possible as well.
Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter regarding SWGOH.GG, the stats. I mean, the stats were always going to be. I mean, during our discussions, obviously we talked about it, and obviously the stats were always going to be provided by SWGOH.GG. We were simply going to, get all of the information manually by using people's ally codes to then go onto the website and get the information manually. The beautiful part about SWGOH.GG's involvement in the project and in the show is that we don't need to do that, because they are actually going to provide us with the information and the statistics that, I mean, it's just, yeah, I mean, it's just incredible. The cooperation between us and SWGOH.GG it's wonderful. It's a wonderful little bit of co-op going on, and it's going to become more and more interesting, because I think they're into it just as much as we are, because they're already talking about taking our concept and applying it to their website. So it's something that they actually want, that they look at it and go, wow, you know what, this is actually a lot of fun. This could be a fun thing to put on the website. And we were like, wow, yeah, that's great. Let's make it a proper collaboration. So they'll give us data, and we'll give them leaderboards and everything. Yeah, so it's really looking like a wonderful collab that's going to happen over the next few weeks and months. And I think we're all looking forward to how it evolves and how the relationship evolves with SWGOH.GG.
And I was going to say as well that we actually want content creators communities to get involved with this as well. And what we were kind of talking about before was uploading little clips on Twitches or highlights on Twitch, or little timestamps on YouTube videos for amazing comebacks or funny fails and amazing moments, just so we can sort of include that in the show and make it just a well-oiled machine. And because obviously trying to watch every single content creator's Grand Arena every week is impossible. There's about 70 people there, 70 content creators that are being exposed, and yeah, so that's what we want as well. We want everyone's community to get involved and be able to upload or tell us about this amazing moment that happened during their GAC as well.
Oh yeah, it's going to be it's definitely. I mean, I created a brand. I took a second keyboard and hotkeyed the buggery out of it. Absolutely. I mean, I will. I know the people in the people listening can't see, but I'm now holding up this is the show keyboard. That is the show keyboard.
For those unable to see it, it is a massive keyboard with lots and lots of colored bits all over it.
Yes, lots of stickers which are color coded, which indicate various different hotkeys. So you were close. There's 60 competitors, half of which you were able to. I think we took all of your competitors and then we just kind of added on top of that, because obviously we were looking for a good cross section of the GAC content creating community. We were looking for people that either streamed or uploaded their content, because there were actually people in your list, Moon, that aren't actually in the division, because they're still content creators and they produce excellent content, but they don't actually upload or live stream their GACs.
Correct, and I think that GACenter needs to focus more on those that do live stream and reward those that are uploading each and every week or each and every few days with their Grand Arena. And I mean, I'm just sort of glad to share this concept as well and take it a little bit further, because at the end of the day, we're all in one community. There's a lot of things going on at the moment, and just helping each other out, certainly as content creators, and making something better for everyone is beneficial for everyone as well. And as I said, working together, I think more people should do it, just to come up with something awesome that has been sort of born out, this little thing that came into my head and that I wrote down on pen and paper. And I think originally the first one was like 20 people, and now it's up to like 35 content creators on the latest list. So yeah, but in terms of this, we all need to pull together and work together, in my opinion as well. And as I said, it's very exciting to see, what this new content is going to be as well.
Yeah, that's what it's about, creating content that is kind of new, different, a little bit niche. So it's creating something new, and it's, you are there to do the overall, and one of the things obviously we discussed was kind of like, obviously it in a collaborating sense, is you're going to be taking, we've created leaderboards for the specific divisions, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to take some of our slides and incorporate that into your content, so that you can actually, so you can put more graphics and stuff into your videos as well, aren't you?
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get, in terms of that, we can get Paul to beaver away at some graphics and things like that. But
yeah, I will.
but yeah, but I think it's great. I think it's really exciting for everyone. I think it's great, and it really does reinforce and hammer home that message that I was trying to sort of do, 3 months ago all the way through to now, is to try and get a little bit more shine on the content creators that you wouldn't usually see, and maybe hopefully go and check out and see their channel.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got that. We've got that in absolute spades. Obviously, there are some very, very well-known names in those lower divisions, because obviously we were only starting from Division 6. But we've got some unknown names, some small names, and we've got some big names. There are a couple of there's Bulldog in Division 6, and under normal circumstances you'd expect to see a name like that up in Division 1, because most of the big names are Division 1 and Galactic Legends, because obviously they've been playing their accounts for God knows how long. But we've had content creators that have started playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes only in the last 12 to 18 months, and someone that has started within the last 12 to 18 months is going to have a much lower score, and they're going to be in a slightly lower division, and obviously that will reflect on your overall lifetime banner score as well, won't it?
Well, yeah, and if you miss rounds as well, then it's that's absolutely killer. But as you say, I think this is a much fairer way of getting people into different divisions, rather than mine. I've got to be a little bit careful. I can't obviously imagine that someone in Division 3 or 4 is going to be earning as many banners as 2 and 1. But yeah, I think this is perfect, because the button can be hit. The stats can be reset after every week or every round, and that's the beauty of it. Is it literally is every week we can hit that button, reset it, and start again. So mine is obviously the lifetime banners, but this is going to be like a weekly, and but that's the brilliance of it. They're working hand in hand. And I would like to say also a big shout out to DB Official 125. He shared it on his server as well. I know Reality Skewed Gamers gave it a shout out on their midday podcast as well. The lunch hour, and then Operation Metaverse last night as well. Good old Maurice gave the video a shout as well. So, and in that little video there as well, there is like a little highlight explaining what GACenter is all about as well. So yeah, thank you for the community as well for sort of sharing and getting behind the leaderboard as well. As I said, it surprised me that I didn't think that many people would like it, and apparently people do. So as long as people do, then I'll keep making them. So but yeah, I'm super excited for GACenter as well.
So Moon, let's get to know about you. So from the beginning of the chat, it sounds like you do have to turn in your free to play card to Neil.
Yeah, so as I said, I've played from day one pretty much. I've spent £15 on the game, which is pretty good, and all in all honesty, and my account is like 5.6 million at the moment. So got a good understanding of the game, just sort of branching out into event guides as well, because when you think about it, every player who joins this game also needs to do that event as well. So I've found that I don't tend to think like a lot of other people, and I don't know whether that's a gift or a curse. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I don't tend to get the same. I seem to get the same result, but I seem to sometimes go a different way about it. So it's always quite interesting comparing, and I think open discussion about something. So in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, there's 180 plus characters. There's so many different kits, and also I don't feel that there is a right or a wrong way to mod a character or a squad. There are certain guidelines. There is no right or wrong in this game. There is how you play it. And again,
Amen to that.
And that's kind of the whole premise of the channel and why I started it. I didn't seem to be thinking in the same way that a lot of other people work. And I had different mod sets on different characters that you wouldn't expect. And it seemed to work really well. So for example, Night Sisters, I kind of go against the grain a little bit. And they always get holds most of the time, unless it's a meta squad. And it seems to work really well. So this for me is more so like a personal thing. And I kind of have a look at it and I kind of like asking, well, what if I do this, and testing it out and trying how it works. And sometimes it works, other times it won't. Sometimes I'll be corrected and I will stand corrected. I have no issues in being wrong, but I kind of want to just open up a open discussion and a safe place to say, well, what if I tried it this way rather than the suggested way, or rather than what everyone else is running? And that's kind of the goal, is to open up a bit of discussion on the channel about different ways to do things. And as I said, there is no right and wrong. Unfortunately, a lot of people do think there's a right or a wrong way to play this game. There isn't. It's a game. There's 180 characters with hugely complex kits that you can play to, and you don't always have to play it the same way as your opponent, and it doesn't always have to be a battle of speed, because I'm spending £15 mods. My mods aren't that good, but I seem to be able to keep up with quicker teams by going around it a different way. So that's kind of how I've always had to get around things.
Yeah. So the you said you've been playing since day one, and that, so I'll call you a goldfish. We won't even call you a
minnow.
A minnow. We'll just call you a goldfish because you just spent a little bit. What is let's ask the fun questions. What was your first maxed character as far as 7-star, and who was your first Gear 13?
Ooh, now you're talking. Oh, well, I know my first Gear 13 and Relic 7 as well. That was General Grievous.
Same.
Yeah, and I thought and again, I was running that squad, the Nuke squad, up until a few months ago. I got incredible value off that Relic 7. And it's also a great fun character to have as well in PvP. So absolutely love that character. I think my first my first 7-star rather, must have been something like, I was quite into my Jedi back in the day. Lumi used to be one of the hardest hitting characters, and she healed, so I think she was Luminara was probably my first 7-star character.
Oh, well, who was your first Zeta?
This I don't know, and I've thought about this before. I can't remember. It may have even been Phasma. But I've got about 100 Zetas on now, so I really, as I said, it would be someone like Phasma or Yoda or someone useless like that.
Well, I mean, mine was Stormtrooper Han. On my main account, mine was Stormtrooper Han, because he was the first character that I had like maxed out, because his, it's quite easy to gear him during those early stages, like, first couple of years of the game. So yeah, no, mine was Stormtrooper Han.
No, Bluff is an underrated Zeta. It's I've just put it on recently in the last month myself, so no, I'm really liking it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm quite glad it's there, because I don't have to waste a Zeta on him when I take him to Gear 13 and start relicking him.
No, exactly.
So, Moon, what things do you, what was your favorite part of this game so far?
It's a good question, because, well, I recently did a video, and I don't know if you guys have saw it. And again, I'm sort of learning the YouTube algorithm, but I recently did a trip back down memory lane, and I did the top 10 moments why we play. And this has a little sort of fun, nostalgic look. In at number 10 is the Thrawn event, and I just go through events or moments in the game that remind me why I play this game. And I think we've all hit upon hard times recently. No new content. Things probably feel a little bit stale at the moment. And obviously there's that thing going on that I'm not going to touch on tonight because we don't have enough time, obviously. But in that video, I try and remind myself and people who watched it as well that actually it isn't all doom and gloom. There have been some fantastic moments over the last 5 years. I've played this game for 5 years and I don't know why. And, trying to just boil that down and looking at 10 moments that were amazing in Star Wars Galaxy. I won't ruin it for you, but number 10 was the Thrawn event, and the feeling that I got when I got that 7-star Thrawn. So that was a fun little video, going back down memory lane and doing 10 moments that actually were pretty awesome in the game as well.
Amen to that.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. If there was any advice that you could give out to people that are just starting to play this game, what would it be?
It's such a broad question, because again, it depends on the individual whether they want to play money. So I used to work as a psychotherapist, and no longer in that industry anymore, but I used to see a lot of people who suffered from anxiety, depression, issues with gambling, alcohol, drugs, whatever it was. And I would just say this game has an enormous way of putting pressure onto people. Whether it's the individual themselves or this game is up for debate as well. But I would say just do what you want to do. And at the moment, I'm finding myself farming a Galactic Legend, and I can almost feel myself falling into that trap of, I need to spend money. I need to get this done now. And I sort of have to pull the reins back and go, actually, it's not the end of the world, because in 3 months' time or 6 months' time or a year's time, when we look back at it, there'll probably be something different. It's not the end all be all. It's not everything, the be all end all. Sorry. I've got content creators stuck in my head. My advice to do is just enjoy the game. I recently did a collab with Deadpool Carl, actually, and we talked about burnout and the things that we do to like avoid burnout. And one that Carl came up with, he does his own on his channel. He does his own road ahead for the next 3 months, and he sort of says it. He's going to be working on these characters for the next 3 months, or this faction for the next 3 months. Short-term goals is incredibly important, but I think also please do not take this game too seriously. It is a game at the end of the day. We play it because we enjoy it, this isn't a bit, no one's earning any money off this thing. It is a game, but there is also a fantastic community. So go find yourself an awesome guild where you are appreciated. If you're not in a guild where if you're in a guild at the moment where you're not appreciated, go out there and find a like-minded bunch of people who treat you with the respect that you deserve, because it's a hard enough game anyway. Go and have some fun with friends, or go and have some fun with some like-minded people. So that's my advice to anyone starting this game, is go and find an awesome community, because that's what's going to keep you playing this game.
Well said.
Well, definitely well said. How long have we been going, Neil?
31 minutes. It's time to wrap it.
All right. Well, Moon, my friend, thank you for everything that you've inspired us to do. Thank you for jumping on board with us as well for this. Any final questions for Moon and Neil?
No. I think we got that rather succinctly.
All right. Well, Moon, anything else to inspire the masses before we let you go and get into story time?
Yeah, just my advice to everyone: just chill. It's fine, and it's with what's going on at the moment, it'll be fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep having fun with it. I was thinking of doing a video tonight or tomorrow, and I was just playing around in the journey guide, and I was trying to beat events with the worst characters that I could pull up. So, just have some fun with this game. Don't take it too seriously. Life is too short to be outraged at these sort of things. I know I'm going to get a load of hate for saying things like this, and I don't really care. I've got 300 subscribers on YouTube. I haven't got a lot to lose, and I do it as a hobby. But if you do want to find me over on YouTube and send some hate, you're more than welcome to, because I don't really care. I'm a pretty chill guy. So you can find me on in YouTube as Moon, SWGOH, and on Twitter as well. It's the same handle. And again, hopefully, we're pretty close to 400 subscribers now. So hopefully we can get there fairly soon, and keep putting out some awesome videos as well, with some fun, conceptual, left field sort of thinking and things to keep people entertained when there isn't a huge amount to do in the game.
All right. Well, Moon, thank you so much. We will I'm sure we'll be talking much more, you and I and Neil and Flair and everybody do it in the production room. But for now, I wish you all the best, my friend. And thank you for recording with us today. Lots of breaking stuff has been happening during this. To kind of timestamp it right now, they just figured out the QR code, and they figured out the maze draws a rebel symbol. So timestamp.
Red 5 Luke. Red 5 Luke.
You could already know this by the time this airs, Neil. Who knows? We'll see. Guys, stick around. Storytime with the Llama, and then we'll talk to Sep from SWGOH.GG right here on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the Escape Pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod Cast.
Heinzie from the ANZGC is officially a member of the Escape Pod Castaways. Make sure you go and search for Heinzie on YouTube today, because he live streams a lot of his GAC content, and not only does he do that, he also does some pretty fun videos from time to time, including a behind the screen and also streaming Jedi Fallen Order. And from time to time, this idiot might drop by. Head on over and check out Heinzie today on YouTube, a part of the Escape Pod Castaways network.
Back to school. The Escape Pod Cast for Kids. It's really cool.
Hello, Escape Padawans, and welcome back. to Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod Cast for Kids. This week on Faction Facts, we have a very, very beloved faction. It is the Bounty Hunters. Now, there are a whopping 11 characters in this faction. It is huge. First up, Boba Fett, who's available in the Cantina store and on Darkside hard nodes 2B and 4E. Bosk, who's available on Darkside hard node 9B. Dengar, available in the Guild store. Greedo in the Squad Arena store. Jango Fett on Lightside hard node 8D. Cad Bane in the Galactic War store. IG-88, also available in the Squad Arena store. Aura Singh on Cantina node 7C. Zam Wessel in the Guild and Fleet Arena stores. Embo, who's available on Darkside hard node 8C, and last but certainly not least, the last two newest members of the Bounty Hunters Guild, Grief Karga and the Mandalorian. Now, these two characters aren't actually farmable free to play. You can get them in shipments and you can get them in packs, but they are not farmable at this time. Now, normally, what comes next when I do faction facts is a whole section about the leaders of this faction, where I go through and I explain each of their leadership abilities. But this faction has a lot of leaders, and by a lot, I mean 11. Yes, every single one of these bounty hunters have leadership abilities. They're all unique. So instead of taking you through each of their leadership abilities and spelling it out, I'm just going to give you some of the top leaders that you should invest your energy and your time into to get the most out of your bounty hunters. Leaders like Boba Fett, Bosk, Jango, they're very, very useful when using a full bounty hunter team. IG-88 is actually a really good leader for droids, and the newest bounty hunter, the Mandalorian, is an excellent leader, and once he becomes free to play, I highly recommend you invest your time and farm him. Now, one unique aspect to the bounty hunters that I really want to pay a little bit of attention to are contracts, payouts, and rewards. Now, each of the different bounty hunter leaders has a specific contract to fulfill. They're all different. Each one of the 11 leaders has a different contract to fulfill. The contracts carry over for all of the ally bounty hunters. If you fulfill the contract, you get a reward. Now, that reward is also specific to the bounty hunter leader that you're using and applies to all of the ally bounty hunters. Each bounty hunter in your squad has a unique payout that they get for fulfilling the contract. Now, the payouts, unlike the rewards, are actually specific to each bounty hunter. So the payouts that your bounty hunters get from fulfilling contracts are not going to be the same, unlike the rewards, which are the same for everybody. Now, let's talk about uses for the bounty hunters. They're really, really great in territory wars. A lot of guilds, both newer and later game guilds, will use bounty hunter walls, especially with Bosk leads, but you can also use them on offense. You can also use them in Grand Arena, both in defense and in offense. They're really, really great in the Darkside, Hoth, and Geonosis territory battles. You can use them in CMs. They're really, really good. Let's get into hard counters. Both Jango and Bosk-led bounty hunter teams are great counters for Ewoks. You can use a Jango lead when you're facing Night Sisters with Emphas Nest. You can also use a Jango lead when you're facing Old Republic. Soft counters, when it's just a solo Nest, you can use a Jango-led team. Bosk is really good against a Palpatine Empire team. Jango, great against Geos. Bosk, again, really good against a Bastilla-led Jedi team. You can also use a Bosk-led team against Newt-led Separatists. And Jango is really great against a Darth Revan-led Sith Empire team without Malak. And he's also really good against Generoso-led Rogue One. Now, bounty hunters can be countered against Shaak Ti clones, General Grievous-led Separatist droids, a JTR-led Resistance, CLS Rebels, Bastilla-led Jedi, and Geonosians. Now, that's both a Jango and a Bosk-led team. Now, I really want to hear your suggestions for what factions I haven't covered yet you want to hear next. Drop a comment down below or send me a message on our Discord server. That's all for me. Tune in next week for more story time with the Llama and the Escape Pod Cast for Kids.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the show. This is the incoming transmission, our third segment of the show. And we have a very, very, very important guest on today. But I'm really, really bad when it comes to introductions, as you know. So I'm going to hand over to the Master of Ceremonies, Paul Anthony, introduce our guest for the week, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may not know this face, but I am absolutely sure you know what he stands behind. His name is Sepp. He runs a little site called SWGOH.GG. And that site, I'm sure you've heard of. I'm sure you've used it. I'm sure you've parsed information off of it for your territory battles, or your territory battle officer has done that. Guilty. And he has quickly become a very good friend of the show, a very good friend of the network, as we confirm 100% that, ladies and gentlemen, SWGOH.GG has partnered with the Escape Pod Castaways Content Creator Network to provide the statistics, the wins, the losses, the banners, everything that we were looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, from SWGOH.GG, it's Sepp. Hello, Sepp.
Hi. That was quite the introduction.
I'm terrible at them. He does them.
No, you said I was important like 3 or 4 times, and that's 3 or 4 times more than most people have ever said that. So thank you for having me on.
I'm sure your team thinks you're an important and valuable member.
It depends how bad the code I write that day is. So yeah.
So the fun thing here is that you are you've been kind of the driving force behind GG, and who came up? Was this you who came up with the idea to put this together? Give us the birth of.
Give us the skinny.
Sure. So there's a team of 3. It's myself. My name isn't Sepp in real life. It's Dan.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted me to say your name. Yeah,
no, that's fine. My Reddit name.
Down there on the
my Reddit name is my real name, so that's how private I am. And then it's Nick and Scott are round out the trio of the team. Nick is a master reverser of data and figures out all these kinds of bits and bots and how to access game data. I had been playing Star Wars for a while, and Nick and I have worked together for a long time. So he kind of figured out how to spin up bots, how to win matches automatically. He had a whole farm of thousands of accounts, kind of just winning battles, leveling up. And that wasn't really the point. He does it to see if he can do it. You can't do that anymore. This was way 4 years ago.
Wow.
But we kind of immediately figured out how to get data from a friend request. And we noticed when you send a friend request, the payload that you get back is actually their entire profile, that profile that you now see in the stats screen. So we're like, hey, we could make a site that people could show off their profiles. So we did that. That was kind of the initial implementation, was Nick and I. And then Scott was just some guy on Reddit that he sent me a message on Reddit. It was like, hey, your site looks like crap. Here's some CSS to make it look better. And I was like, yeah, I'm not a designer. Would you like to just join the team and do that for us? And he's been with it. He's actually, that led to him working at the same company I do. So Star Wars was his path to his current job. So that's kind of the long and short of that story. And that's still the team to this day.
So it's literally just a 3-man. It's just the 3 of you. It's just a 3-man team, and it's always been a 3-man team.
Yeah, there's been a few contributors here and there, but not super significant. All of the core site is me and Nick, and Scott does most of the front end. but he's also really good at looking at the game data and then building out the mechanics of the game. So all of the calculations of how stats work, he's kind of built that on the back end. I'm the worst engineer by far out of the three. I like to bang rocks together and then make websites. So, but I also handle all of like the infrastructure scaling, AWS stuff.
That's absolutely awesome. But I mean, you're the one who's coming up with the. I mean, you can't fool us essentially, because you're the one who came up with the information that's getting parsed to these sheets that we're using for GACenter.
Yes, it's terrible code. You should not look at it, but it works, and I wrote it very quickly.
It works.
So that is the illusion of a good engineer, is that they write it quickly and it works, but never. I'll never show it to anybody. So, but yeah, it's the way we've written our data is partially great because I can do that kind of stuff really quickly, and partially crap. Because when there's a game update, it takes about an hour to update the data. We have some new ways of doing that we've implemented on other games that will remain nameless, that we can probably update the site in 10 seconds, 20 seconds in the future. So there was a Star Wars, a SWGOH V2 in the future, far future. I'd say Jedi Luke future, but now that is upon us. So.
Right, because a lot of people, as we mentioned in the beginning, a lot of people think that Jedi Luke is a sign for the end.
Dark omen.
I think we even said it in the 16th episode to Carrie, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's definitely been mentioned in previous shows that the coming of Jedi Knight Luke is like a dark omen. It's the beginning of the end of the world.
I feel like it might just be the new beginning. I feel like it's like maybe ends a chapter, bookends that, and then says, okay, what's next? So I don't think
I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying too.
There's a lot of uproar in the community right now, but the game's strong. It's an exciting, growing game. So
can you tell us? I don't know if you have this information offhand. Can you tell us how many active players are currently rocking in the game?
We can't. So we only have access to what we've seen, like somebody that's come and used the site. What we've recently introduced the ability to scan everyone's guild, and we're able to get anybody in a guild that we've seen. So that gives us the ability to a little bit spider out. But anytime I bring up our number of users with CG, they're like, oh, that's it? That's all you got? So I think we have a lot of users, but
are you allowed to say that?
I would assume. I think we've got maybe 400 to 500,000 player IDs, and when we do a GAC, about 200,000 of those are active. So a GAC scan, and that's probably the best indication of active. But I know that's not. I don't know how not indicative that is of the full player base, but I know it's not, because they kind of laugh at me every time I say we have a lot of players.
So who did the reaching out initially regarding the GAC data? Was it you guys reaching out to CG, or was it CG saying, hey, look, we like your site and we want to make the data that you present to the community more accurate. Here's the GAC data. I
feel like it was, so we've had a relationship with them pretty much from the beginning. His name's gonna escape me. He's not there anymore. The senior producer for Star Wars at the launch. I actually met at a GDC in San Francisco, where I used to live, the year after they launched, and we had started the site, and we had drinks and had dinner, and it was building a relationship from there. And so we've had all the way from the very first person through Carrie. Carrie was awesome. Loved working with her. And then through the current team, which is also awesome. So we've always had touch points throughout. I would say in the last year and a half, we've had solid like we can always be in communication with them. If we want to jump in a channel with them and have a quick chat, they're open for that, because I think they understand the value of what we bring the community, which is we are extremely defensive of game health. We're not going to do anything that we feel like is going to hurt the game or bring imbalance to the force or anything like that. We're trying to always be good for the game, but we are a third party. We do have our own opinions, and they don't pay us anything, so it's a win-win for them, obviously. Right. And I think they really do recognize that and respect it. So they've been really great for us. I can't remember the point of origin, but I'm sure, like, I remember writing up a spec doc for the GAC data, and then we kind of went back and forth, and then they said, hey, here's how you get it.
So the fun thing is, though, that you guys don't have a show that you're necessarily, complaining about things. So of course they'll talk to you.
Right. I mean, I was gonna throw a fit on a YouTube video. I was gonna maybe get an account and try to get it banned now. No, it's just, I honestly see things. I've been in this industry for a long time, outside of mobile gaming, but also inside mobile gaming. I certainly see the community standpoint, but I also have a lot of sympathy for their standpoint. So I straddle that line pretty well.
That must be a very, very tough line to tread.
Yeah, it's not easy for anybody. Players always want more. They want it faster, quicker, better, and they're doing. I've had a lot of experience with EA specifically and subsidiaries of EA, and they work differently than a lot of companies. So yeah, we're getting there. Hey, we got Jedi Luke.
Yeah, we got there. It took 5 years, but we got there.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got that. Come on.
So let's talk about you. You say you play this game. When did you start? And does Neil get to cut up your free to play card?
Oh yeah, I torched that long ago. I think I was free to play, so I started playing around when Phasma dropped, when they had that Android, when they had that crossover. You could get like the free Dooku shards if you spun up an Android account. So I did that, got some free Dooku, but I didn't really spend until I remember losing an arena match to Leia, because she kept shooting
machine gun.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, I really want Leia, but she was like premium at that point. She was only in packs, and I was like, I'm going for it. I'm just gonna get Leia. I'm gonna buy these things until and then I just spent a lot of money, and then I guess I just haven't stopped.
All right. Level of spending: Kraken, whale, or dolphin?
I had both GLs as soon as you could have them. So
I
don't know if that
Kraken.
Okay, I've lost the ability to even know what that means.
Yeah. So you're definitely a Kraken.
He's lost all feeling.
You lost feeling in the thumbs. There's no more feelings because you just been,
There is no. This isn't the first time this has happened, but I do get into this thing where I will spend way too much money on a video game and then be like, oh crap, what do I need? Oh, I'll go make a website where it will make money, and then I will dig myself out of that hole, and then I'll find a new game.
You're like those keep fit. It's like, crap, I really wish I hadn't eaten that donut. Right, 10 miles. So
right,
you'll spend a bunch of money on a bunch of characters, and you're like, crap, okay, let's just build a website and sell it.
Yeah, there we go.
And there you go. There's the analogy.
We're back to good. Yeah. I haven't been murdered by my wife, and everything is good. So.
So, Flair is one of our moderators at Chad, and one of the co-hosts of GACenter, and he says, "You create a solution to the problem that you create."
Yes, and it serves all. So I don't feel bad about it, and I feel like the path that I went down, which was expensive, has led me here, which I've learned a lot during this process. I've been able to do a lot of cool things, and there's a cool website out there for people to use. So I don't regret it one bit.
So I've got to ask, how good are you in GAC?
So I've been Kyber the last two. I ran off 9 or 10 wins in a row this last for threes until I ran out. I was in TI for quite some time.
Oh, right.
During
Nice.
my career. I was an original officer there for TI. I used to run the website and kind of our Slack stuff. So I've been at the top. And that was when we were doing World First. I've been part of the World Firsts. I think that was for HAT and the first TB. But I really, at some point, I just became. It's a lot of work to stay at that level. It really is to be remodding, making sure you're always kind of woke to the latest strategies, counters. I'm like, I need to take a break. So about a year ago, probably a year and a half ago, I stepped down from TI to about a 300 million GP guild, and then recently I've stepped down even further to like a 260, and that is my cup of tea. I enjoy being a big fish in a smaller pond.
Just the right amount of casual with just the right amount of seriousness.
Yeah, I mean, we win most of our battles. My GLs will hold for 15 to 25 times, and that's exciting. That's fun, But I do really enjoy. I'm a big World of Warcraft player, and I enjoy helping people, and that's sometimes hard in this game. It's not like super straightforward. Other than clicking a button and dropping GP. So in my arena shard, I like to try to shuttle people in my payout we have like a set payout rotation. And the guys that don't have GLs, I like to try to shuttle them there by clearing a path that they can. And then I throw up, Gamorrean guard so they can swap with me. And then I try to get there. So that brings me a lot of happiness.
Do you hear that, Dark Lord Mushroom Tip? Come on, help get me to the first place again. Man, I haven't seen top 20 in a month.
Yeah, GLs have messed things up
but
in arena.
I am one character away from finally having everybody at Gear 13, and all it'll be is just relics to go. And I've got TIE Fighter.
Yep.
And I've got original Kylo. And then Nev will have to bump me up in that little division list that we gave you for GACenter.
Oh yeah. There's definitely going to need to. There's going to be a lot of play in the in that, because obviously we'd split, as you'd seen, we'd split it down to Division 1 and Galactic Legends. Well,
right.
since the inception of creating that list of 60 characters, a lot of people from Division 1 without GLs are going to need to be bumped to the division with the GLs.
Right.
So, I mean, it was like a 16-15 split, but by the time we actually go live, it's going to be more like 2011. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I say just put all the names in a hat and draw them out and see where we go.
Right. I mean, if they can, you can take down a GL kind of, so a little bit. They've made it a lot harder if you don't have a GL, but I still see people do it. So.
All right. So we've talked about the site. We've talked about your play habits, but another reason that I wanted to have you on was a lot of people don't know about the fact that your site actually also has some damn good Patreon benefits.
It does, I think. That's nice of you to say. Yeah, we've got, first is the thing that you can do that's right out of the gate is just removing the ads. Makes the site a lot faster. Not that we try to be super crappy with our ads, but getting rid of those. Speaking of Galactic Legends, we put together a Galactic Legends tracker on the site for premium players that can break it down by gear, by player, or by character that you need.
Okay, where's my wallet?
I think, did I already give you? I didn't know. You can have it. You can.
Me.
You know.
Oh no!
If you, I gave it to you. Yeah,
You gave
you're
it to
right.
me so that I can do it. So you gave it to me so I can do a better ad. So I can
Right,
do
but
an
you're free to play.
ad.
Right, but you're free to play, so you'll never be there, right?
Well, I mean, it depends. If Jedi Knight Luke is GL, then yeah. Definitely, 100%. That account will I will pimp myself out on street corners and back alleys to get the voucher codes
if
in
you
the
whore
store.
yourself out, do you still say you're free to play?
Not on that account, I won't.
Okay,
no, I
good.
will cut my free to play card for that one account in
Right.
front of everybody if I start getting codes to go into the Play Store to buy chests and vaults in order to gear up for for a Galactic Legend Luke.
That's
I
what
don't
you need
care.
to do.
I want that character.
Yeah. The other stuff that we try to do with premium is just more data. Your show, the GAC network. Am I saying that right? GACenter.
GACenter.
GACenter network. That's next step.
The Castaways Content Creator Network presents GACenter.
Yeah. I'm not going to remember that.
Yeah, it's okay. You can just call it GA.
It's a mouthful, yeah. We just
GACenter. Like that gave me a lot of ideas of how to give free stats, but also basically we try to put things behind premium and Patreon that costs us a lot of computational or storage actual money, like things that cost us money. We try to put those behind some form of premium. And that's usually it's a little bit of a paywall. It's also like a help us pay for the servers wall.
Exactly.
It's really what
to
it
pay
is.
the bills.
And I'm not blaming you one bit.
No.
We're looking at that, but we are also, there's the first real killer feature I think that was going to come out of GAC is a meta report of what is holding, what is winning, looking at per division. We have all of that. We have all the data. We've got the scripts.
With that.
It was kind of coming in at the same time. You've pushed us along to say, hey, we're already doing GAC stuff. We should really finish up that script. But that's the kind of stuff that, those are the kind of features that tread the line a little bit of game health. Because it's like we could, with the data we have, we could look at your account. You could look at your opponent and say, these are exactly the squads that your opponent struggles with. Put these on defense and do that automatically.
Wow.
That's definitely got to be.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. That's too powerful. That's too powerful.
No, if you were to do something like that, your Patreon list would just go.
I know.
Oh.
Well, we don't do this for the money. We do it, I guess, depends how much. No. But what we want to do is give you the data that you can sift through and make those decisions for yourselves, but make informed decisions. Right now, it's a little hard to see that. So that's the next thing we're working on is really like this high level system analytics of GAC holds and attacks and success there. So.
Yeah, I mean, you did have the defensive holds, and I'm pretty sure, if you looked at my history, you'd see the 69 battles that I did against General Anakin Skywalker because I had nothing else to do for that.
Right.
For that thing, just to make you laugh on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of stats that I think are going to be super interesting. That I think that, and I've heard from CG, like the GAC history has been very successful. I think at a community level and a CG level, they've been able to give people insight. A lot of times when you lose, you're like, well, that person cheated, obviously. And now you're able to see a little bit more from that. So that's been those win-win features are really great.
And you learn from it as well. Yeah. And so for anybody that's going, what the hell is GACenter? Guys, if you like Sports Center on ESPN, if you like, the best damn sports show ever on Fox Sports, I don't even know if that thing's still around, but nonetheless, if you like statistics-based reporting, that's what Neil is doing along with Flair from Gaming Embers, and that is what our guest today, Dan from SWGOH.GG, is helping make happen. And we are very, very appreciative of all of that help, Dan. We're humbled, and we hope that we can repay the favor with the ad that we're running for you during the show, and this call out to say, guys, go check out the Patreon benefits of SWGOH.GG. They are Escape Pod approved. They really are.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
GACenter approved.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's I've never had an ad, so this is a hallmark moment in my life. But also I anytime we can help out and do something cool like this is an incredibly cool idea. So to be a part of it is exciting. So we'll keep figuring out how to get more and better analytics to keep rounding out those numbers.
Oh, I can't wait until
First
until
show
we
is
can
going to
get
be awesome.
all that extra stuff, and the GACenter is just going to grow. SWGOH.GG, guys, check them out. Neil, any other questions for our guest?
I'm happy with what I've asked.
Dan, any parting words, my friend?
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. Hopefully I can come back some other time.
All right, we're gonna let you go back to the wife. Tell her you're sorry. Tell her that it was for the good of the family, and we will see you. We'll see you on the chat board later on, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, stick around. It is going to be Patreon's Choice in our fourth segment, and we have a special guest. Biscuit Weasel will be joining us for that Patreon's Choice. We've got a lot of questions and a lot of craziness to talk about, and we'll be right back on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware. Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact ShittyBill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you. Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Ware could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
And now time for something completely shameless.
Noob.
Cheaters.
Noob.
Scammers.
Newbie.
Sandbaggers.
There you are. Wait, what's wrong, noob?
Greetings. Hello, it's my guild. There's sandbagging going on in territory wars.
Again.
Oh boy, here we go.
I just don't understand why guilds do
this.
What?
This sandbagging.
Wait, hang on. Where's that beep coming from? Is Flair in here?
Flair? I love Flair. He's awesome. I'm a
huge
fan.
Flair is pretty cool. Wait, we gotta get on with this. Okay, right. So, you don't understand why guilds do what now?
Sandbagging.
In territory wars.
They force some of their members to sit out of the territory war just so they can lower their guild's galactic power, thus ensuring they face a weaker opponent, allowing them an easier win. And that's
not fair.
Oh, newbie. It's most likely not sandbagging, bud.
It's not. Please.
Explain.
All right. Here's a short PSA that can help you understand. This PSA is brought to you by Hellenics.
#shameless self-promotion.
And the Hellenics SWGOH YouTube channel. YouTube's 1,138th most popular US-based SWGOH YouTube channel, as voted by Joe, the homeless guy, on the corner of 48th and 12th. Sandbagging in territory wars. What is it? Why is it happening? and who stands to benefit. In this SWGOH PSA, we will explore TW sandbagging and the many myths that surround it. In territory wars, SWGOH guilds are matched up based on their active GP. In other words, the total galactic power of all guild members who've joined said TW. Sometimes stronger guilds whose members have a higher average GP but have fewer than 50 members joining the TW are matched up with weaker guilds whose members have a lower GP but have all their members joining. This can sometimes create a situation where a guild with stronger individual rosters faces a guild with weaker individual rosters. Many players of the SWGOH gaming community call this sandbagging. They also tend to claim this is done intentionally, and that it's meant to provide the offending guild with an unfair competitive advantage. In effect, these claims state that the guilds who have fewer than 50 members joining a TW are doing so intentionally, and thus bullying weaker guilds for an easy win. Likely, this is not the case. Most of the time, guilds being accused of sandbagging have perfectly legitimate reasons, explaining why they have fewer than 50 members joining a TW. Perhaps their ranks aren't full. You can't have 50 people join a TW if your guild only has 44 members. Or maybe some members are unable to join. People do sometimes have other obligations, including work, school, and family commitments that can make them unavailable. Or what if the guild has made TWs optional? If members don't have to join the TW, some may choose not to join. Lastly, many guilds use raid ticket mules to help them generate their daily 600s. Obviously, these guilds wouldn't ask those small, undeveloped accounts to join a TW now, would they? These are some of the possibilities that could easily explain why a guild may have joined a TW with fewer than 50 members. So before you accuse a guild of intentionally sandbagging their TWs, consider this. Can there be any other reason besides sandbagging that could explain why fewer than 50 members join the TW? I'm certain that if you think about it for more than a few seconds, you will determine that yes, indeed, there just may be. This has been Hellenix.
#shameless self-promotion.
For the Hellenix SWGOH YouTube channel. So this is guaranteed to gain me subscribers. So, do you see now, newbie? Your TW opponent probably isn't sandbagging your guild. It's probably just luck of the draw.
That doesn't explain
anything.
Hellenix?
Look, I know you're upset, newbie, but you can't just run off and accuse all your TW opponents of sandbagging every time that
But
they...
I'm
not
accusing our opponent of
anything.
Hellenix?
Dude, bruh, this whole skit is about TW
I'm
sandbagging.
accusing
My own guild.
of sandbagging. They just told me to sit out of the territory war because I don't have,
Galactic Legend Ray.
and the officers didn't want to lose another territory war. So in order to ensure a favorable matchup, I was told to
Sit this one out. Oh, okay. No, yeah, no. Okay, Yep, that's sandbagging.
I told you so.
Meat bag.
The Escape Pod. Cast. The Bridge.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the show. It's our fourth and final segment where we do Patron's Choice, as you know. But today we are joined by, you know him, you love him. It's the Biswees. Everybody drink.
Yes. Biscuit Weasel asked for 2 minutes. We're going to give you 2 minutes and 30 seconds, just like we gave ourselves at the beginning. But the only caveat is we're no longer covering that other channel that's calling for certain things and all that stuff. So you wanted to say something personal. So you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Go ahead, Trevor. Biscuit.
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 I don't have any audio.
You don't have any audio? Weird.
We're talking. quick, let's talk behind his back. That Biswees, I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you see his last GAC hospital? I mean, call that a hospital. I mean, really.
We were just talking to him, weren't we? During the break?
Yeah, we were. So I have no idea what he's done. I really, really don't know what he's done.
The magic of live podcasting. Let's see.
Okay, I can't hear you guys, but
we can hear
you can hear me. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
It was just working.
Yeah, we know.
talking to you guys.
So you've done something. Naughty Biswees. Some boss says plug in your headphones.
No idea. Already done, Flair.
for those who are watching,
check you're plugged in.
Neil's holding up
check
headphone.
You're actually plugged in, dude. Seriously. Pull out, plug in.
I'm trying to tell.
I was literally just talking to them, and
oh no! Someone did the Never Age. Dr. Feelgood did the Never Age.
Freaking A! Are you kidding me?
Thank you, Dr. Feelgood.
Thank you very much, Dr. Feelgood.
I have.
So we're just going to keep talking. They can hear you. You just, for some reason, you can't hear us. So the only thing that I'm going to suggest is
nothing is
turn your tablet on. Hear us through the tablet. It's going to have a 3-second delay, but at least you'll hear us. So, do you know what it was he was wanting to talk about for 2.5 minutes? You know, maybe we could do a mannequin thing. He
was going to thank everybody for all the nice things that they did for him.
I could work him like a puppet, couldn't I?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for the donations for when my computer ended up getting struck by lightning, and you are awesome, and I'm going to tell you all dad jokes and would you rather jokes on my stream
guys,
this time.
I don't know what's going on with my stuff, but anyway, I just wanted to come on and take a few minutes. So you guys know what happened to me last week doing my Journal of Skywalker event, and lightning hit the tree outside my house and destroyed $2,500 worth of equipment. So many good things came out of that. Some bad things happened, but I lost equipment, but I wanted to come on and say thank you to, there were probably 10 or 12 of you guys that donated. I'm not going to name off everybody because I'm absolutely going to forget someone, and I don't want to do that. But from the bottom of my heart, I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support that you showed me, and you guys helped me get back up way faster than I thought I would. It was several $100s, and like every time I looked at PayPal, the amount just went up and up and up. I was blown away by your support, and I just want to say how much I love you guys, and thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart.
We love you too. So you're very welcome.
You paid equipment.
We're gonna disconnect now.
Yeah, he still can't hear us. It doesn't matter. No amount of sign language is going to help him. No amount of sign language is going to help him.
Oh, wait a minute.
What the hell?
So do you want me to exit?
You just forward the screen. Trevor Mitchell is connecting to audio. What? What's he doing?
We'll just kick him.
Okay, there we go.
There, put him in waiting room. There we go. We're just back, just us.
Yeah, it's just us. Just little old you and little old me.
So that sucked that we couldn't do this with that we couldn't be able to do this with him.
It sucked a little bit. It sucked a little bit. It would have been fun to do the whole the Q&A with him here, definitely.
Exactly. But nonetheless, guys, yes, thank you for helping out Biscuit Weasel. That was amazing what you guys did.
Yeah.
So thank you very, very, very much. We're gonna move on here. The questions here, maybe you can answer in chat and we'll transcribe it for the non-Twitch audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, where did I put it here?
Where'd you put the questions?
What relic would you do if somebody gave you bits during this segment?
What character would I relic?
What character would you relic for a price right now?
Oh, I'd probably go to my next one. It'd either be Wedge or Akbar. Wedge or Akbar. They're both gear 12, so they're both ready to go at 13. They're both one piece away from 13, so yeah. I would go Akbar.
But, okay. Relic Akbar. I could say that. For me, man, what would I do? I think because I'm so focused on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren right now, that would be it.
Really? That's the one you'd go for? You'd go for something to... Yeah, well, I mean, you're not that far. I suppose, yeah. I mean, you're not that far off Slacker, so I suppose you would. Me, I'm all about the Rebels at the moment. I'm all about the Rebels.
I'm sensing a little bit of sarcasm in Rambam in his message that he's so excited about Jedi Luke. Definitely what he wanted out of everything that CG could have done. I think he wanted... I thought that he wanted...
Yeah.
Mace Windu.
There's some definite salt there. I think Rambam would have been having kittens if it was Mace that was coming out. If it was a GL Mace coming out, if that trailer was for a Mace window, you'd be having kittens right now, and you know it, Rambam.
And you do know that, Rambam. Let's see here. I lost the spot here. What relic would you do? I already got to that. If you could be any character in the Star Wars universe, canon or extended, who would you be and why?
I would be Grandmaster Jedi Luke from the extended universe. Oh, if you've got any questions and you've got the points, if you've got the points in chat, you can also throw questions in that as well. If you've got the points, ask us a question in chat as well.
Yeah. As long as it's not distasteful, we'll answer it. All right, let's see here. What game mechanic feature idea within other mobile games that you've seen do you wish would be brought to SWGOH?
Oh well, I mean that would be live PvP. Live PvP better than what it's in the other games, but I'd still enjoy live PvP. Because, once you've done your dailies and stuff like that, live PvP, a good version of live PvP, yeah, that would be good.
For me, it would have to be it would have to be Brickspedition from the Lego game. Seeing that you have different paths and you get to see what you go after, and it updates, it uses your entire roster. This whole Brickspedition thing is wonderful. I would love to see a Force Edition, if you will.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. If you could live in one place in the world, where would it be and why? From Sir Boss.
What, this world?
Yep. If you could live anywhere in the world.
Oh, Maldive Islands. Hands down, Maldive Islands.
For me, I'm gonna have to say it would be Key West.
Okay.
Definitely Key West.
What clear big game water, are you looking? Lovely sand.
What big game are you looking forward to this year? I can't wait for Assassin's Creed Valhalla from from Force Strong?
I must admit, there's nothing that I really like some of the games that are going to be coming out for the PlayStation 5. But then I'm not going to own a PlayStation 5, so I probably won't get to play those games. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's coming out this year that I'm looking forward to. Oh wow! Thank you, Danku, for the bits.
Yes, definitely. I'm thinking Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, no, that looks like it's going to be boss as hell. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be boss.
All right, Dr. Feelgood, and I had to get some. I know we're now running over our 2 hours. We'll get through these, but we promised our Patreons we would answer all the questions. What would be your last meal before shuffling off this mortal coil? And I had to ask him, is it what I hope to gorge myself and choke to death on, or is it my last meal before I pass away? And he said, if you could plan out your last meal. For me, it would be the hot mama bread from Rosie's Italian Grill near Toledo, Ohio. That appetizer is when I go to see my parents, I get hot mama bread before I go to see my parents. On my way back to the airport, I get hot mama bread before I end up back at the airport and eat it in the car. So that's what I hope that I mama cast myself out of the world on.
Fish and chips with curry sauce on the chips. Proper fish and chips.
All right. There you go. Let's see. Question for tonight. Well, Zaz sadly is asleep. Zazmeister's sadly asleep. Yes. He said, as we have 3 red-blooded males, but sadly we lost Neil.
We lost Biswees, not me.
Sorry. We lost, I looked at I saw your name on the screen for a second. He wants us to pick one non-human female character that's in the game that we would have relations with. I hate this question, but
it's got to be Hera.
What?
It's got to be Hera.
Hera?
Oh yeah, Hera Syndulla. I know, okay. I know that Kanan Jarrus is probably going to kick my ass for it, but that would mean him going over to the dark side. It's a Jedi, so I could have my wicked way with Hera, and he would just have to stand there and take it unless he wants to go dark side on my ass.
See, I'm going through all the females, and all of them except for like Aura Singh and
Aura Singh. I can imagine Aura Singh would be a very, very naughty girl.
Okay, here's the question. Phasma is not technically human. Am I allowed to say Phasma?
Is she not human?
She's a humanoid, but she's not from one of the core worlds.
Okay, well then, yeah, you can have her then.
All right, there we go. My answer is Phasma.
Next question.
Because they're all humanoids. Aura Singh is humanoid, even though she has a big antenna sticking out of her head. Zam Wessel is a humanoid, even though she's a shapeshifter. So there you go.
She ain't human, though.
Exactly.
Not the question. Next question.
I'm looking because right then
bunch of people have
yeah. So here we go. We're getting to the fourth segment questions.
Okay.
Thoughts on how Galactic Legends will roll out requirements, etc. for each of all of y'all. Kobe, we don't know that Luke's going to be a Galactic Legend.
I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a hero's journey. I really am. They did say in the trailer that the hero. They used the word hero. So I'm kind of thinking it's gonna. I'm inclined to err on the side of caution and think that it's gonna be a hero's journey.
I think you'll need everybody that was at Cloud City.
Yeah,
Lobot, Lando. Yeah.
See, you're gonna need your CLS. You're going to need your CLS. You're going to need your Chewie. You're going to need your Han. I'm thinking you might even need like a Rolo.
Possibly. Geek Girl 1980, what planet would you want to live on in the Star Wars universe?
Oh, that's a good one. You can go first.
For me, I would probably have to say the forest moon of Endor.
Really?
As long as I don't get eaten.
Although saying that, one of my favorites, not the Dathomir from the Clone Wars, but the Dathomir from the Courtship of Princess Leia, because I would just love to go on that planet, because they've tamed Rancors. You can ride Rancors on Dathomir, on the planet Dathomir. So yeah, I think that would be awesome to live on a planet where you can ride Rancors. That's a planet I want to party on.
Yeah, JJ Manners also asked, what characters do you think we'll need for Jedi Luke? I think we did mention it. I think Cloud City, is going to be the one. Everybody in the hero's journey, if you will. Llama threw a 4-segment question in there saying Brickspedition would be incredible. Thank you for the question. All right, and Helenix asks, who is your favorite YouTuber's favorite Greek-American SWGOH YouTuber from the greater New York City area whose name starts with an H and ends with an X? And why did you answer Horsebox?
I was about to say, it's got to be Horsebox. I mean, that Horsebox, he's just awesome. He's so good. I mean, there is another guy called Helenix, but I mean, he doesn't hold a candle to Horsebox. I mean, Horsebox is just...
Yeah, Horsebox is a legend. Thank you, Danku, for the 500 bits. Dr. Feelgood, thank you for the Nev Rage worth of bits.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, I can't believe somebody played that. It's so embarrassing.
There's also a secret hidden one that people have not found yet.
What? What secret?
There's still a secret. There's still a secret.
Not a Nev Rage, is it?
It's not another Nev Rage.
Oh, that's all right then. One embarrassing Nev Rage is enough.
All right. Well, we're a little bit over, but it's been an eventful day. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody that stopped by for this live recording. No, Kobe, you're very close, but those exact numbers are not correct. But you guys make this show, you guys make doing this sort of thing one of the best parts of my weeks. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for sticking with us. And thank you for believing in the future of this game. Right, Nev?
Yeah, oh yeah. Boy, are we gonna have some fun in the after show tonight. Oh yeah, baby. After show's gonna be the bomb tonight. You've got to be there, because we are gonna have all sorts of stuff to speculate over.
As long as it doesn't get too out of hand. I know, I'm the cranky old Dodger.
Button.
Yeah, that's why Flair has the censor button. Guys, we will... Nope, it's not 501st, Danku, but I appreciate it.
The bits are appreciated. Hey, thanks a lot, Danku.
I'll just say that Kobe was off by 1. That's all I'm going to say. All right, guys. We will see you guys next week. And if there's breaking news that's not the road ahead, if there's something that threatens the community like we did earlier this week where we did the Monday show, we will break in with one. But don't expect us to do bonus episodes like that much. Come join us for the other things that we do on the Escape Pod Twitch channel. If you're a Patreon, stick around. We would love to see you in the after show. If you're a Twitch subscriber, you do have that same Patreon access. And if you are on, let me mute that there. I was bringing up to see who else is online. If you're watching us live on Twitch, stick around. We're going to raid into iBlackish, and you can do some marble racing with him. We always love to support our fellow positive content creators. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, be nice to each other, damn it. Neil, any words of wisdom?
No, I'm good. Let's get on over to the party in the after show, buddy.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Neil, push the button.
You got it, mate. Ta-ta for now, folks.
Hi, I'm Timothy Zahn, author of
Wrong button.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6! What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.